In this video, we are going to display sum of digits, reverse of a number, and we'll check whether the entered number is palindrome or not. So let us check first the output of this program, and then we are going to write the code for it. So first we have to ask the number from the user. Suppose the number entered by the user is 123. So if I will say sum of digit, the answer will be 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6. If I will say reverse of 123, the reverse of 123 is 321. And if I will say whether the number is palindrome or not, so 123 is the number, reverse is 321. That means the given number and the reverse number are not matching. That means it's not a palindrome. Palindrome is a number where the entered number and the reverse of a number will be same. So that's how the output we want to display. Now let us check the code for it. So first I have started with the HTML body and script tag, and then I have started with the JavaScript code. So I have declared a variable num is equal to parseInt in bracket prompt in bracket. I am asking user enter a number. So using prompt, that is one of the type of pop-up box, we can take a input from the user. As user is giving the input in a text box, it will be in the string format. So you'll use parseInt to convert it to integer and storing it in a variable num. I have declared some more variables like sum is equal to 0 to store the result of sum of digit. Then I have declared reverse is equal to 0 to store the reverse of a number. And then I have declared let original is equal to num. That original number I am storing for comparison purpose because I want to check afterwards whether the number is palindrome or not with the original number. So that's why I am storing the original number under the original variable. So that's the three variables I have declared for the calculation purpose. Then I have started with a while loop. While the number is greater than 0, I will be performing some task. For example, first task I want to perform is a sum of digit. For that purpose, I want every digit from the number. So whenever you want to find a digit from a number, you just have to say that number mod 10. For example, user has given the number as 123 under the prompt. We have stored it under the variable num. We are saying whether 123 is greater than 0. Yes. So we'll be inside the while loop. Now we are saying let digit is equal to 123 mod 10. So if I will be saying 123 mod 10, I will be getting the reminder. So 123 mod 10, I will be getting the reminder as 3. 3 is the last digit. So whenever you want to get a last digit, you will divide the number by 10 and find the remainder. So that's why we have used the mod operation to get the last digit. So out of 123, we will get the last digit as 3. And we just said sum is equal to sum plus the digit. So initial value of sum is 0 plus the digit, that is 3, will get stored under the sum variable. Next, I want to perform the reverse operation also. So I am saying reverse is equal to reverse into 10 plus digit. Initial value of reverse is 0. So 0 into 10 will be 0 plus the digit, that is 3. 3 will get stored under the reverse variable. Then after getting the last digit, I am interested in the remaining number. So remove the last number and I want all the digits which are remaining. Okay, so to perform that, I'm using a division operation. So I'm saying num, which is 123 mod 10. So if I will say 123 mod 10, it will be 12.3 something. But I don't want the integer division. I want a complete division. So for that purpose, I'm using a math.floor operation. So if I will say 123 mod 10, it will give the result as 12. So over here, the result will be 12. That is nothing but it is removed the last digit, which is 3, and the remaining number 12 it is holding. So over here, if I will display the output, over here the digit value for the number 123 will be 3 initially, sum of digit will be 3 initially, reverse of a number will be 3 initially, and if I will be perform the division operation, 3 we have removed from 123, so the remaining value will be 12. I have assumed the number as 123. Over here I have assumed user has entered the number as 123. Next, as num value become 12, we will check whether 12 is greater than equal to 0. Yes, it is greater than equal to 0. So we will again come inside the while loop. Now we are saying 12 mod 10. So if I will saying 12 mod 10, again the last digit I will get. So last digit from 12 mod 10 will be 2. I'm saying sum is equal to sum plus digit. Previous value under the sum is 3. So 3 plus 2, now sum will hold 5 value. Reverse is equal to reverse into 10 plus digit. So previous result is 3. So 3 into 10, that is 30, plus the digit which is 2. So 32 will be there under now the reverse variable. Now I will be finding the remaining digits from the 12. So 12 mod 10. If I will perform the floor operation, the value will be 1. So num will be now holding the value as 1. We will check whether 1 is greater than equal to 0. Yes, 1 is greater than 0. That means again we will be inside the while loop. We are saying 1 mod 10. 1 mod 10, remainder will be 1. That is digit will be 1. We are saying sum is equal to sum plus digit. So previous value was 5. 5 plus the digit, the answer will be 6. So over here sum will be holding now the value as 6. Previous reverse value was 32. So 32 into 10, that is 320, plus the digit which is 1. So reverse will store now 321. Now you are saying 1 divided by 10. So if I will say 1 divided by 10 and the floor operation, the result will be 0. Num value will be now 0. So num, again the condition will be checked whether 0 is greater than equal to 0. 0 is not greater than equal to 0. That means now we will come out of the while loop. And we're using alert, we are just displaying the result. Sum of digit, that is a string, that's why in double quotes, plus sign for concatenation, and we are just displaying the sum. What is the sum? We are getting last value. You can see the last value is 6. So over here it will display 6. Similarly, alert, we have displayed a reverse of a number. So what is the reverse of a number? Last value it will display. So that is 321. So reverse will be 321. And we are checking if reverse and the original value are same. What was the original value? Original value was 123, because whatever is there under num we have stored under the original value. So original value was 123 and the reverse is 321. We have just compared whether both are same, both are not same, so it will display the result not a palindrome number. Okay, we have declared one more variable as original to store the original value, because you have seen num value at the end will become 0. So that's why we have taken one more variable to store the original value. So this is how the simple program will work for displaying a sum of digit, reverse and a palindrome. Save this program and then save it with a name 1.htm, type of a file as all files. If it is already existing, I'm just replacing it. Go to the folder where you have saved it and open with a browser. So you can see it is a prompt where it is displaying a message, enter number. It is asking a number with the help of text box. So I have to give the number. Suppose it is 123. It can be any number, 124, 1, 2, 3, 4. So sum of digit will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 10. Reverse will be 4, 3, 2, 1. And as the number and the reverse are not matching, it's not a palindrome number. If I will take any other number, suppose the number is 1, 2, 1. Sum of digit will be 1 plus 2 plus 1, which is nothing but 4. Reverse will be 1, 2, 1. as reverse and the original number is matching, so answer will be it's a palindrome number. So that's how you can write a program using a simple for loop and condition statement to check whether sum of digit we want to display or reverse we want to display or palindrome we want to display, and you can give the result. So thank you all of you. If you like the video, you can click on like button, and to see such type of videos you can join my channel.